don't mind the dolled upness right at this moment in time. It was at a daddy-daughter dance, and it was a lot of fun. That's why this episode is going to come out just a little bit later than normal. But the key is, this episode had a lot of information. It was pretty much like an info dump about the history and, you know, more information about the family ties and the concubines and kind of laws and stuff that was happening around the previous emperor's time, not even the current emperor's time. And it was actually pretty good because all this information is stuff that we're going to need to know as the episodes come about further and further into the season. And it's okay, because right now it doesn't feel like, I don't think a lot of viewers have been feeling lost in the dust as they try to explain more about the environment and the world that Maomao now inhabits in the rear palace. Great episode, and a new character joining the play as the Empress Dowager, which is basically the emperor's mother. Very interesting request to Maomao, and a very interesting puzzle for Maomao to figure out. So anyway, let's get into this and see what the deal is. So really the main thing about this episode was all about the Empress Dowager and her relationship with the late emperor. So the late emperor was being controlled by his mother. And if we remember the flashback that Jinshi had the previous episode, I believe episode 31, at the beginning we see Jinshi when he's a little boy, you know, with the Empress. And there was an old man and an old woman. Well, we know now that the old man was being senile, and of course the emperor, followed by an older woman who was the emperor's mother. And if you remember, you saw the disdain in the face of the empress, not necessarily happy. And Jinshi, as a little boy, saw that. It's like, oh, that's weird. Why is she happy? Fast forward to the current moment, the emperor, for whatever reason, his body has been preserved very well, while the woman that died after him, a lot more decay has come to her body. So this is the task that's been given to Maomao. Did the empress curse the emperor? Now, she fully believes that she did curse him, which, you know, you got to remember that there's a lot of superstition around in this era and around in this time. But Maomao, who's pretty much from science, I guess is the best way to say it, is trying to put on this task, but like, did she really like curse him? And she's like, I don't know about that. There was a lot of smooth talking happening in this episode. Did you see that nod, that small nod that was given to the concubine? And she's like, oh, I think I need to put the baby to bed. I was like, wait a minute. Oh, snap, they want to talk to Maomao. Okay. All that Maomao did was check out the room where he would, you know, kind of lived at and then died. A lot of subtlety in this episode. And there was a few other subtle things that were mentioned and stated. Now, if you know the concubine that Maomao is serving, she, of course, has the toddler and is pregnant again. The head lady in waiting wanted to make sure of Maomao's intentions. Even though they've had good times, laughed, done this, that, and the other, the head lady in waiting serves the concubine. She definitely is trying to make sure what is Maomao's intentions. And I love the wall slam. Maomao's like, excuse me, make sure you know who you're serving, because they all know that something's going down. They all know that Maomao is speaking with the Empress Dowager. So, of course, they're like, we don't know the specifics, but make sure you have your alignments in check. Because there's so much formal stuff that's happening here. And there's so much, as even Maomao was saying, that the formalities of will someone come out directly? It's like, oh, are you with child? I'll be honest, I don't know why that would be, you know, a problem to say yes, but I guess it's all in their own due time. That maybe there's supposed to be a specific time that she's supposed to come out and say that she is pregnant, because she's in the early stages of pregnancy. Maybe they're, you know, within this moment, they don't want a miscarriage to happen. And then it's like, oh, with her being pregnant, if she announced it, then has a miscarriage, that could be an issue. So maybe she wants to wait until she's further along before they let everyone know. So that's what I'm thinking. This is what I'm going with here. But I have to hand it to the head lady in waiting, trying to make sure that Maomao does the right thing. And we know Maomao. I mean, shoot, this is the second season. We know that she's going to be, you know, where her intentions and stuff lie. Of course, she enjoys mysteries more than anything else, but it's like, okay, you don't have anything to worry about. And of course, Maomao's like, yeah, we're cool. Finally, the Emperor. Man, the previous Emperor. They stated in the first season that the previous Emperor did like him young. And thus the reason why we have one of the concubines is pretty much a little girl, because she was offered to the first Emperor, and now the current Emperor kind of just keeps her around because it's like, oh, she was my father's concubine, but yeah, he doesn't really touch her because he doesn't like him young like that. As we know in a few episodes, even he was contemplating Maomao, and it's like, if only she was a few centimeters in the chest, then maybe. And Maomao's like, yeah, okay, sure, buddy. Sure. The previous Emperor, as even Maomao said, would be classified as a pedo. We knew how much he was into young in the first season, but to know that they talked about it even more detail, it's like, dang, yeah, here this guy was old and took in the now Empress Dowager. The current Emperor was pretty much born when the Empress was young. And now this new mystery that Maomao has to solve, is she gonna learn the truth about Jinshi through trying to solve everything about this curse, so-called? Because that would definitely lift the weight off Jinshi's shoulders, because he wants the secret to be out. He wants to kind of tell her, but he can't. We saw him, the other episode, kind of in a fetal position because he's just so overwhelmed by this secret that it would be nice for someone to know, but he can't directly tell his secret. This is what makes this story so good, because there's so much nuance and so much things about the ties, the family ties, you know, and the things that bring all these people together. The fact that Maomao's father, if you will, you know, was the head nurse for the previous Empress and all this other stuff. Like, Maomao has some ties to the Rear Palace, but is there now under weird circumstances, being kidnapped. The whole lines just go about from one character to another, lacking and all this other stuff. This is what makes this anime so good. And I love it each and every week, because having an info dump, if you will, from an episode like this, it's just like reinforcing what we know and what we're learning of. So I love it. Anyway, tell me what you guys think in the comments down below. You know, I love this anime. It's really good. The animation is so great. And I mean, just everyone just looks so good. and just to have these mysteries and stuff done, I enjoyed it a lot. Make sure you guys like the video. Make sure you guys are subscribed if you haven't already. And don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification of new videos that are coming out, because we've been having a lot of videos coming out every week on top of shorts, videos, all the stuff. So make sure you guys are in the know. And thank you guys for the 300 subscribers. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. And the Lord knows we're going to be working to climb even higher and to have more information out for you guys in the future. Anyway, you guys be safe. You take care. And Lord willing, I will see you next time. Bye for now.
This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon.